It's so interesting how differently you understand life from, I don't know, 40 or 50 up versus 20 to, it's, you're I feel like, I often feel like I'm a different person. Like you actually go through, I don't know, you guys who are maybe still young will realize this, but like you get to the point where you can't even, the person you remember yourself who you were, it's like a different person. It's so different. It's not like an increment or like an extension of yourself. It's like remembering a previous life, a completely different person, or everything was different. Is really crazy. And for me, I've had that twice now because I did go to start college when I was 11 and all that kind of stuff. So I was very serious early on. I got serious around 5.5. And so I had one life up to my, I'd say up to about 17. And that really was, I was that person. And then there was sort of like my professional life or something. And that was like all the way until, roughly something around 40. And now there's like, it's like this wisdom era. I don't even know. It's going to be so interesting, when I'm 60 plus, I'm already starting to plan for that. I'm 46, but I'm already starting to plan for my 60 plus period, now, which is also something I wouldn't have done when in my 20 to 40 period. I wasn't necessarily planning. In your 20 to 40 period, I don't know how well you can plan for your 40 plus period. You just sort of see what you can accomplish. See what you can accomplish. It's your 20 to 40 period. See what you can accomplish. See what you can get done. See where the chips lay, and then assemble the rest of your entire life, kind of thing. Except that now, I think that that I'm 46. I would have totally been more strategic with probably with financial side planning and stuff from that earlier age, because I went in a slightly different direction from at least 20 to 35, no, 17 to 35. Those 20 years, I was making it in Hollywood. So it's very different than, say, getting a job at Google for 3 to 7 years and saving up your first million by the time you're 25. What's up, Carl? You're 60? 5 grandkids? Yeah, congrats. Happy birthday. It's a whole again. A previous self with less discipline, less knowledge, less patience. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Kelly. Nice. All right. Well, we've got 11 minutes until the market opens, roughly. And so let's get on top of this market and what's going to be happening today. So just real quick, if there's anything on the momentum front, RevB, keep an eye on RevB while I go through this. So this is going to be one of the more powerhouse weeks that we've had in a long time on the market. This whole week, Friday's going to be a nothing burger. Well, there'll be something. There'll be some movement, but Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, these next 3 days are going to be strong. And then Wednesday, towards the end of the market, cataclysmic. And then Thursday morning, cataclysmic. And then Thursday after the close, cataclysmic. I mean, it's going to be this Wednesday and Thursday this week are going to be insane. It is earnings week. And that is not the only thing that's going to be cataclysmic. I'll explain in a moment here. But yeah, this week we have, listen to this. We've got, well, starting with some of the smaller ones and moving to the right. We've got Squarespace, Logitech, and then UPS, Coca-Cola, Google, Microsoft on Tuesday, Visa, McDonald's, General Electric, General Motors, and Raytheon and Texas Instruments on Tuesday, as well as the newly listed Albertsons. That should be interesting, along with many others. And then Wednesday, we got Shopify, Facebook, Meta, Boeing, Ford, Qualcomm, Spotify, Teladoc, Etsy, and Hilton, Sherman-Williams Waste Management. A couple of others, QuantumScape. Thursday, Tilray, Pfizer, Amazon, Roku, Intel, Southwest Airlines, MasterCard, Hertz, and then Friday, ExxonMobil, Chevron, Colgate, Procter & Gamble, AbbVie, AstraZeneca. So just from an earnings, this is it. This is peak. This is huge. This is going to be quite the week as far as earnings go. And what's going to really count and really matter is not their earnings. It's going to be the guidance that comes out of all of their mouths. No one's really concerned with whether they miss. We all expect they might miss. No one's going to be concerned with surprises because, again, it'll matter what they say the guidance is, because it doesn't matter how good the surprise is. If in the guidance they say, yeah, but then so it's going to be a real week of really listening to the reports and listening to the guidance across everything. So that means you're going to have to wait sometimes a half an hour to an hour or more after an earnings release before the actual earnings reaction to start baking in correctly. So that does go to say that if an earnings reaction is something you end up playing, you should probably take profits rather instantly rather than just looking at them. Make sure you take them. Also this week, another reason why it's going to be quite the week, on Wednesday at 2 p.m., 2 hours before the market closes, is the Fed interest rate decision. And that's going to be cataclysmic in which way it goes. And the crazy thing is then Thursday morning, we're going to get the GDP growth rate quarter over quarter information, which should be already talked about and baked into the Fed interest rate decision the day before. So in my opinion, kind of those are opposite of each other, and they should have released GDP always before the Fed interest rate decision. But interesting. And that's going to tell us on Thursday, that's going to tell us whether or not we are in a recession or not. Forecast is that we are not in a recession. Consensus is that maybe we are very close to being in a recession, a de facto recession, which is 2 quarters of GDP shrinking. It's just very unknown at this point. If the Fed raises their rate 100 basis points, that's just gonna be an earthquake. So everyone's pretty much guesstimating that it's going to be a 75 basis point rate hike on Wednesday at 2 p.m. And if that comes in like that, then the market's probably going to lift off because it's, met expectations and worries would be behind us kind of thing. So it would be, even though it's in line, it would actually be positive. And then, of course, if it's 50 basis points, then something has improved materially, and the GDP information the next day would confirm that maybe we're having great GDP, and boy, the market would be really off and running. I don't think anyone believes it's going to be 50 basis points. I think it's 75 basis points or 100. So we'll see. Now, that does mean that the market, with even with the earnings going on, is really going to be anticipating what's going to be happening Wednesday at 2 p.m. But it will price in. It has to. It has to price in whatever guidance and whatever earnings information starts coming in, even up to Wednesday at 2 p.m. I mean, we've got 3 basically full trading days. However, probably Wednesday is going to be really a doji day, very frozen. But today and tomorrow, the market will have a little bit more normal freedom to move around. But I do expect that there's not going to be a lot of investing going on. If anything, there's going to be selling going on. I think everybody needs to wait the huge cataclysmic economic information on Wednesday afternoon from the Fed and Thursday morning from the GDP report. So really, the market will be done fleshing out and flushing out all of this on unknowns by Thursday morning. So you want to be hedged up going into all this if you've got anything you're holding. And then by Thursday morning, the shackles are off. And it'll be another month before any information like this comes into play again. It's going to be a very interesting week. Very interesting. All right. So now looking at the market, we are opening right about around the close of Friday. So no change. We did have a nice little pre-market rally, but it's back to the close. In pre-market, it's back to Friday's close. So we're opening right where we closed on Friday. Friday's move would be extremely difficult to erase. However, it's possible with some of the earnings information coming this week. In my opinion, probably what's going to happen is maybe the market's going to act well behaved for as long as it can this morning before it finally goes south and potentially breaks Friday's low. And at that point, it's going to be a continuation of a downtrend. I don't even really think it's going to be met with much support. So that could be a good day trade potentially if we break Friday's low on the Qs to short it or get puts. But anything can happen. Watch out. The day might just go up and break over Friday's high, and irrational exuberance to the rescue. That would be definitely some kind of a setup. Oh, this is a great commercial to have right now. Yeah, don't wet. Anyway, watch out. It could be a bloodbath if we break the low today. So anyway, if it goes and it breaks the high today, then that could be a fake out and also rip back down on you. It's definitely going to be choppy, very choppy going into the Fed rate decision for the next 3 days. So watch out. Now, what we have across the board is rates are at 2.84, just down a smidge, and oil at 96-ish right now. Was like 93 pre-market. Oil continue to release price and be in a downtrend. Seems to have found a bottom and created a either bottom reversal or a bottom. So oil might want to be hanging out around here. Oops, I just pulled up oil. Okay, yeah, no, that's a little better. It may be in a downtrend that just keeps going, as a matter of fact. There is no particular sector indicating it's in better shape than any other sector. We're just getting broad market movement. It will be very interesting to see these earnings reports after hours and all week long. The whole market's going to just adjust. So be ready. We'll have some earnings plays for you in the mornings and during the day. Now, as far as day trade momentum stocks go, possibly Rev B showing the most strength right now. Rev B at about $1.50. Also, Snap, which was trending down all morning, is now popped all the way back up to 9.8. Snap being rather tricky. I don't recommend you necessarily play that with it being so tricky like that. All right, and we've got about 45 seconds until the market opens as we look to open at precisely Friday's close. Change. There we go. 30 seconds until the open. All right, 10 seconds. Oh, we are? Me and you? Or Carl? And you. Kelly. All right. All right, the market dumping at the open and now being bought up. Not holding. Sideways. Okay, now some buying. I mean, we've got to let some candles get put in here. Taking a look at a couple of alerts. There goes Rev B, definitely the one that's moving. Also, FAZE, FAZE, is popping. For everybody over on TikTok, click the link in my bio in order to come check out our trading group. See you there. All right, so far so nothing. Growth. The S&P 500, however, pulling back. So that's going to tug at growth a little bit as the Dow and the S&P 500 and value stocks pull back. There we go. The Q's now turning negative on the day. I do believe the market's going to try and trap as many people into a positive move this morning before ripping down, breaking Friday's low. That's the most vulnerable spot nearby. And going down, grinding down all day whilst enticing people into dip buys before body slamming them. I do think that's what's going to be happening today. PGY starting to come up. PGY, also Rev B still looking good. Rev B and FAZE or momentum pre-market movers. No real alerts to speak of as of yet. Going to do a quick check through my positions. If you have something you'd like me to look at, I'm happy to take a look at it at the open. Anything that you're needing a checkup on. Rev B is sitting at 169 and just doesn't want to push over. Once it does, it should pop. There it goes. 172 it's at now. That's a positive move on Rev B. 188 is the pre-market high, so it's getting quite close to popping pre-market highs. FAZE, also Snap is trying to move up to 10 to fill a gap. All right, the markets just couldn't Get it up. And they are now failing out. And let's see, the S&P 500, yeah, moving down below the close of Friday. Same on the Dow and same on the Qs. What you really want to look for is the vulnerability of breaking Friday's low. That could really send a negative message across the market and cause some sell-off. All right, I am getting an alert on WWE right now. Let me take a look at that. Wow, that was WWE. We don't know that we can get in that. Let's see. If WWE gets near or breaks the high of the day, 71.40, that could be a gap, runaway gap entry for a swing trading, for a swing trade. Red box is halted, says Rebecca. Woo! Went from 3 to 378 and is halted on a big move. Red box. About, what is that, a 20% gain, I think? Yeah, 20-ish. Keep an eye on WWE. If it turns green on the day, it could be an entry. And there goes the market, definitely bleeding out. The Q's getting close to Friday's low. So Rev B is hanging out at $1.73 now. Looks like it tried to get up to something like $1.80. $1.88 is the pre-market high. Would be a great momentum breakout signal. And I assume some of you are already in it. It's been moving nicely from $1.50 breakout. Boy, the market really liking to be selling off right now. If anybody's short the Qs, this seems to be the move on the day. It's continuation of Friday sentiment. Here's the thing about the Wall Street Journal article, right? Elon Musk's friendship with Sergey Brin ruptured by alleged affair. It's total bullshit. Like Elon just talked about it. Here it is. This is total BS. Sergey and I are good friends, and we're at a party together last night. So they're talking about how the Wall Street Journal has lost its integrity. I hope. Did somebody just come on and voice? No. Becca? No, I guess not. Make you co-host. And it looks like we are missing RJ again. His alarm did not go off. Resume. He had a wonderful Sunday. Right. Yeah, like Nancy said, if we say it enough, it becomes the truth. And then what did she say? You do a wrap up fucking hot dog thing or something? It's I guess they teach this to you at fucking Yale or some shit. How to destroy your political opponents with the bacon wrap or something. Yeah. All right. Ooh, MCK with a very nice breakout move. What's going on in MCK? I don't know, but I have been liking it, and this is an entry, Swing 100 MCK. 340 to the low of the day, 332, $8 of risk, MCK.
Red box is open and pushing up.
Red box is open and trading up, says Rebecca. Take a look at that 1 second, getting my MCK order in. So red box is at 444. Red box is going crazy, you guys. Want to get on red box probably. It's going to halt, I imagine, again, very shortly. 444 was the high. It's at 432 right now. Crazy going on red box. Probably something about I think they're getting offers, buyout offer. Because I think Chicken Soup for the Soul Entertainment is buying them out. I'd like to hear what their exciting vision is for this acquisition. All right, we found bottom on the market and are bouncing back up right now. Gonna alert the MCK trade. All right, red box pulling back to about $4. Remember, if you be disciplined about your style. If day trading is not part of that, don't ever do it. Momentum day trading is not part of the style in which you're focused. Don't add paper trade, only practice for half a year to a year before adding styles. Stick to your guns. Start using new ones. That's a good one. I like that. Let's see. Also, I'm seeing EVTL. Yeah. Amen to that. Someone who shoots guns that would resonate with you more than there being because they're not all the same. You can get so what's the word? Get so, I don't know, accustomed to or a gun or an instrument that if you change, you can get so accustomed that, like for example, on a guns specifically, if you're using the sight, there's using the sight and then there's just feel. And you can get so accustomed to one that you might use frequently to where you don't even need to use the sight. And then you switch over, you get a new gun, you get a new whatever it is, right? You get a new thing. And now you are having to use the sight and you're off and you're calibrating. And that's the way it is also with trading styles. So that's like why I say stick to your guns. Don't start trying new ones. Stick to your do what you do best. Don't start shiny new object syndrome. I'm your huckleberry. Yeah. That's the best. I guess Val Kilmer really had throat cancer, or really has throat cancer. And so that's what they had to write into the Top Gun Maverick part. Yeah, EVTL has popped from 6.7 to 7.17. Definitely some movement on EVTL. GOVX now coming up. GOVX, you guys. GOVX. 128 is the pre-market high on GOVX, and it is really close to breaking that. Also, Snap is just about darn near at 10. There it is. It's at 10. The market really is trying to trap dip buyers and enthusiastic market participants at the top of this turnaround on this downtrend. The question is there more people thinking this market is going to run than there is people who think we need to hold right here? And I don't think there is more people that's going to think this market's going to run. Not this week. We're going to need all that information after the bell today from earnings releases, and tomorrow and Wednesday. And then at 2 p.m. Wednesday, we get that Fed rate decision. And then Thursday morning, we'll get that GDP result. The Fed rate hike and meeting discussion presentation will be the most illuminating thing all week. And as I'm seeing here, the predicted end of day volume on the Qs is very low. And if I go over to the S&P 500, very low. And the Dow, very, very low. So we're going to be putting in some low volume, choppy, tricky, doji-like days for the next 3 days, it looks like. Or I can say that much perhaps about just today until we get some earnings information after the market closes. So on that note, I'm going to leave you guys with the market analysis there and the open in the market. It looks like we've got it under control. And I'll meet you over in the group. See you in there. You're welcome to go over to the live Trader Lounge and trade together. Thank you, Mike. You guys have a good morning, and we'll see you in the group. See you in there. All right. Keep an eye on Redbox, acting pretty hot, 475 now. Keep an eye on Rev B. It could pop again. GOVX. And we alerted a swing 100 trade there. Okay. Have a good morning. All right. Cool, Ben. Just be chipping away at it then, You're at 497.